She wake me up in the midnight. Olashupo, Aremu, Oluwaremilekun, Omolakesi. Bon tí mo sọ fún ọ. My mother so. Bon tí mo wí fún ọ. Ìwé rẹ̀ ni o fojú sí. Tó bá kàwé, ó di dókítà, ó di lawyer, àbí ó fẹ́ lọ lóyìnbó ni. Wọn ò bímọ tí ó mu sìgá, wọn ò bímọ tí ó máa mu gbó kiri. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ rírú wọn. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi ò ní jẹ́ kí n pàdé wọn. Ọmọ tí ó mọ mu gbó, mímí kọ́. When I told the man I'm a future star, God knew that I was confirming what I knew God have sent me to be.
It's a very wonderful, unique opportunity again in Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa, as we are very lucky to be in the wonderful presence of a great man, an iconic, legendary musician, a man who has inspired a lot of generation in the old days across the world, right from the old days to this new generation. A man we could simply call a singer, a teacher, a philosopher, a preacher, and a man of iconic excellence. Just a few weeks ago, he clocked 7 decades and 7 years on earth, and the whole world celebrated him right from the ancestral city of Idogo in Ayewa South Local Government area of Ogun State, Nigeria, West Africa. There was vibration all over the world. And I'm talking of the man himself, the great man, our father, Chief Commander, now Evangelist, Professor Ebenezer Obey Fabiyi, MFR. We are privileged to be in his armies after pursuing him for almost 6 weeks now after his birthday. We are honored to be with you, Daddy, and we are just, anytime we find ourselves in front of you, it's like we're in front of an oracle. First and foremost, let's ask you, sir, that how will you define life at 7-7? I mean, it is not everybody that have the grace to get to 7 decades, 7 years, and people are still lucky to have him around. Your work is soaring all over the world every time. It's like something that is waiting, like the book of David. So, sir, how do you feel at 77, sir?
Well, I thank God at 77. I feel great. I feel happy. I have every reason to give thanks to God Almighty. He's been so faithful to me, and I appreciate His mercy, His kindness in totality.
Sir, on April 3, when we got to Idogo, we were so surprised at a short notice. People from all over the world, from all walk of life, stormed Idogo. The celebration started at the popular Ilaro-Idogo Road at Ayewa local government, South local government, and we saw how the political class and the society decided to name that road Evangelist Professor Ebenezer Obey Road. It's a very long stretch, almost 30 minutes into Idogo, and it's something that is historic. The chairman was there, the president of the governor was there. a lot of traditional ruler, the Olu of Ilaro, one of the most respected Kabiyesi in Yoruba land, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle, left all his domain and came to stand by you, and even the Joga, the Oba of Joga, that's Oba Adekeya. How did you feel? Yes, and the Idogo, Oba Saheed, everybody left what they were doing, and we also have the eminently respected Oba Adelakun, Teju the Osile Okiono of Egbaland, one of the most respected Kabiyesi in the whole entire Yoruba land, coming to support you. That moment, how did you feel? How are you feeling in your heart?
Well, the joy in my heart on 3rd of April, the day I clocked 77 years, knew no bound. It was an unlimited joy. Number one, for God to have kept me alive to witness my 77th birthday. Number two, for the honor of naming the Ilaro-Idogo Road after my name. It was a big honor indeed, and I thank God for that. When we were young, when we were in the elementary school in Idogo,
Yes, sir.
one could never thought such a big honor will be bestowed on me. And you know, my father is from KC, Abeokuta. My father is an Egba man from KC, Abeokuta.
Full-blooded Egba man, sir.
Yes. And my mother is from Ogu, Abeokuta. It just happened to be where they were. And my mother became pregnant, and there was no clinic in Idogo. So my mother was traveling by railway to Mercy Street Hospital, Lagos, for her clinical care. And I was actually born in Lagos, in Mercy Street Hospital. But I was taken back to Idogo, where I was named, where I grew up, where I started schooling, and so.
Can we call you? Will you say you're a Lagos boy, or born bred in Idogo, or you are Idogo born?
This is the way I put it.
Okay, sir.
I was made in Idogo because my mother and my father slept, and they became pregnant. My mother became pregnant. I was born in Lagos. Mercy Street,
Yes, sir.
Hospital.
Yes, sir.
Man, both my parents are from Abeokuta, Egba.
Yes, sir.
So you see, Lagos boy, Idogo boy, Egba boy, Owu boy,
That's a very strong blood, sir.
and a Nigerian.
A total Nigerian of those very powerful descents.
Yes.
Now, in those days, Idogo used to be, I think they used to call it Egbado, and it used to be.
We used to call it Egbado.
Yeah, it was a bus town, it was a station town, a railway station town.
Yes.
People passed through there, and
And that was the terminus of the railway, because the railway end there.
And you know, suddenly Idogo just emerged, and it became somewhere that people are now calling against your name or a call with your name. Ebenezer Obey from Idogo. And that day when they were celebrating you, this analysts were saying, oh, is he a bad? Then eventually you have to now say, oh, my mother said I should do something for Idogo. So how are you going to now save yourself from people that are saying, no, it's from Idogo, no, it's from Egba, no, it's a Lagos person? So how are you going to place it?
It is clear.
Okay, sir.
So clear, everybody knew I live in Lagos. I've stayed in Lagos for many years. I performed my career as a musician, celebrity musician from Lagos. Abeokuta is my hometown. Abeokuta is my hometown.
You still want that Abeokuta?
I have my home there. I have my father's house is there. My mother's house is there in Abeokuta. And Idogo is where I grew up. So automatically, call me Lagos boy, yes. Call me Egba man, yes. Call me Ayewa boy, Idogo boy, yes. And that's why I say at large,
yes, sir.
I'm a Nigerian.
In Nigerian. Then it appears that you are trying to be more philanthropist at this age. You gave a whole building which cost a lot of money to the civil defense in Idogo, and you also build an event center for them in Idogo. And we also learned you are the one that built a town hall. Yeah, you also build a police station in Idogo, and you are even still planning to build a maternity center, a health center in that place, and not to forget the one in Ilaro, the musical foundation in Abeokuta. Yeah, you're building. So why are you spending so much? I mean, at this age, you're supposed to just enjoy what you've gathered and enjoy the luxury of life. You've worked so hard for it. So why are you now putting back to society, sir?
The Lord has been so good to me, and the best way to thank God is giving back to the society.
The best way to thank God is to give back to the society.
Yes, and because to impact the lives of others. The project is so wide, so big that I alone cannot even do it. So I know people of like-minded people.
Okay,
We partner with what I'm doing to get the vision, the dream fully realized.
Now, before we ask about 77, who are those people you want to be grateful to at this age? I mean, people who have traveled that long hug with you, because recently we've met some of your old friends like Chief Ogun State, like Prince Adeni. We've interviewed them separately, and they said, "Oh, Ebenezer Obey is a very wonderful man." In fact, Chief Adeni described you as one man who does not respect money, but you respect friendship. That you develop them from when they have nothing, and you make them to become great, and you see go along, prompting them into greatness. Then Chief Ogun State will say, "Oh, in every instances of their life, you have always been there. You are just more than a brother, that you don't even get angry with anybody. You are a philosopher, and that you are not just a musician, you're a man of God." So who are those people you want to be grateful to among all your friends who have traveled this long hug with you, and you look at the back and you say, "Oh, I thank God for this Mr. A XYZ"?
I first of all owe it to God, like I said.
Yes, sir.
And I owe it to a lot of people whom God have sent to me. A lot of people that God have sent to me. They are uncountable. They are numerous. And I thank God for that. Me, I cherish and I love those people who have been my friends, my admirers, and
Maybe fans.
yes, my fans. But we are closer to one another.
Yes, sir.
But generally, I am a very humble person.
That's what he said.
And I thank God for my mother. My mother was a disciplinarian. He actually taught us humility.
But who influenced you between your mom and your dad? Because I think one was a carpenter, like the father of Jesus, and your mother was a businesswoman. And who among them?
My mother was a cloth seller. They call it Yalasho.
Of Idogo.
Yakola, yes.
Yes. Who among them influenced you, and what are those things they impacted in you that has helped you for 7 decades on earth?
My mother, you know, mothers.
Yes, sir.
Children are closer to their mothers than their father. But in my mother's case, she is a mother that came to this world just for her children.
Passionately for her children.
Oh, passionately. She never allowed us to lack anything. She never allowed us to lack anything. During the Muslim festival, Ileya, Nabiu, and all that one of my mother's brother was a Muslim.
Okay, sir.
And one was a Christian. My mother, Christian. But despite that, you know, children like to go out during the year.
Yes, so to celebrate with other families. Especially when there is festivity.
Apart from my mother's brother, my mother warned us not to be going all about. Because of that, she will cook special food during the Muslim festival. And my mother's food, my mother happened to be the best.
The best cook.
Yes. In those days.
You can't run away from her food.
So she knew that once she cook in the house, we don't want to go to anywhere. We only go to Baba Ujutiti. we go to Baba Ujutiti.
Who is that one, sir?
That's a senior brother, my mother's senior brother, who was a Muslim. So we are allowed just to go there. Then we leave there, we go back home because we have everything. Nothing lacking. So she was a mother that dedicated her entire life
to her children. So it appears that you are a bit stubborn. You say you want to do music. So how were you able to convince her? Because in those days, mothers want their children to become lawyers, to become doctors, scientists, teachers.
I was not stubborn.
Okay, sir. You are not stubborn, sir. Okay, sir. Maybe you are radical, sir.
No, I was not radical. Parents in those days regard that as rascality, because what they thought will give you success is either you be a lawyer or a medical doctor. For they have seen those parents whose children were doctors, they want to be a doctor. They also want to be a doctor.
Yes, sir. I understand now.
You understand me?
Yes, we are lawyer.
So, you are lawyer. That's what they want to. But me, my gift is in the music, and they carry me all around the Idogo, and my mother was not happy.
The thing was paining her.
Yes. She wake me up in the midnight. Olashupo, Aremu, Oluwaremilekun, Omolakesi. Bon tí mo sọ fún ọ. My mother so. Bon tí mo wí fún ọ. Ìwé rẹ̀ ni o fojú sí. Tó bá kàwé, ó di dókítà, ó di lawyer. Àbí o fẹ́ lọ lóyìnbó ni. I will tell her, mo fẹ́ lọ. Tó bá lọ lóyìnbó, ìwé rẹ̀ ni o gbójú wọn. And she'll be crying. And I will be crying. And he will say, promise me.
Because of the circumstances of birth.
And I will promise her. And he will say, don't you like to ride pleasure car? I said, if you want to ride pleasure car, don't go about beating drums all around. The next day I will run out again. But I was able to call her one day. I said, why is it that you don't want me to be a musician? She told me they smoke hemp, they smoke, musicians smoke cigarette. I don't want my son to smoke Igbo, to smoke cigar. Mo bí mo tí ó mu cigar, mo bí mo tí ó máa mu gbó kiri. Ọlọ́run mọ́ jẹ́ rírú òun. Ẹlẹ́dàá mi ò ní jẹ́ kí n pàdé òun. Ọmọ tí ó mọ mu gbó, èmi kọ́. Ọlọ́run yàn mí Yéṣu, yà mí Èṣù. And she will start crying again.
With all sincerity, begging you.
So I told her, I said they are drunkards. Then I told my mother, I will go into music and I will be a good example. I won't do all those things. So all that happened to be part of the
consolation.
Yes. For her, and it helped me because I always remember what she told me. Everything she told me, I passed through it.
The temptation.
I met those who are smoking hemp. They want me to join them, but I refuse. I never.
I was wondering how you were able to refuse the temptation.
Yes, I never.
I wanted to drink also.
Yes. Yeah. At the time, I fell into the temptation of trying beer and drinking for a while, but still.
You are remembering?
See, I know that no. This is what my mother didn't want, so I thank God.
In fact, I'm surprised. And eventually, you now, after some years, you now said, àìmọye ìgbà, tá bá wọn dé ìlú òyìnbó, tá bá wọn dé Amẹ́ríkà, ohunkóhun tí a lè jẹ nílé ayé, ọlá Elédùmarè ni. Was your mother still alive then, sir? When you released the album, was she still alive?
You mean my mother?
Yes.
Oh, yes, she was still alive. My mother went to be with the Lord in the year 1995.
That's almost, I think, 30 years now?
More
than 30 years now?
Yes.
24 years now?
Yes, 1995, yes.
So when she heard that song, ohunkóhun tí a lè jẹ nílé ayé, ọlá Elédùmarè ni, and she's one that wants to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, and now you have been successful with a musician.
That she told me that all she wanted is me to be successful. She did not ever think I could be successful through music. So, and I understood my mother.
Oh my God.
And she was so happy. So happy.
And now,
and that was why now she started telling me, if we build 30 houses in America, 20 houses in London. Before I built a big house for my father.
Yeah.
A big house for her in Abeokuta.
Yeah.
So she knew my success. She knew the houses I built in Lagos. So she told me that I must not forget Idogo.
You must not forget Idogo. It's not like telling Jesus not to forget Bethlehem. That was the last wish.
Yes.
And that's why you are now going back to do things to open Idogo and give them.
Yes.
Because I saw the way they danced in the videos. There was happiness, there was joy. In fact, the joy was so electrifying. So when you are seeing all that, how did you feel?
I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy.
Seeing those people happy.
Yes. Yes. I'm so happy.
Now, before we round up, at 70, what are those things you do now that you don't do again? You're a very good guitarist. At 77. Sorry, at 77, sir. Sorry, sir. What are those things you do and what are those you don't do? For instance, maybe when you are younger, you can be jogging, exercise and all that, sir. But now at this age, what are those things you do and you don't do again? And what about food? I mean, a lot of people ask that, what's the secret of long life? But nobody knows. But what are those things you do and you don't do again, sir?
Well, I have my gym.
Okay, sir.
I have my private gym. I do what I can do.
Okay, sir.
I do what I can do. And no, frankly speaking, if there's anything God want to add to me, I will be glad. Yoruba people the other day says Ilaro-Idogo Expressway. So it's a merciful God. So, and I have committed my entire life into His hand. I trust Him, and I know
He will continue to guide you.
Yes.
What of me? Do you have any favorite at your musical jamboree in Idogo? You said Lafu and all that. Is that really Lafu? Your favorite meal? You said it's Lafu.
Lafu.
Yeah, Lafu.
Yes, Lafu. Yes, Lafu is a bar.
So is that your favorite meal?
You know, one of my records, Abidi Olowe.
Okay, so yeah, Abidi Olowe. You wait more coco. Your album.
Tó bá rọmọ ẹ̀gbá tí ò bá mọ Láfú jẹ náà Swẹ̀gbẹ́ ló ń jẹ.
It's true, sir. But what are we that we don't know how to eat the Láfú now? So we need to start learning how to eat it.
Are you from Ẹ̀gbá?
No, my dad is from Kogi, but my mom is from Ile-Ife.
My
mom is from Ile-Ife. My father is from Kogi State.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you are a Yoruba man. You must know how to. I know you must. In Kogi, you eat a lot of pounded yam.
Yeah, of course, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know pounded yam is.
Yes, it's
yes.
Which one would you say is your favorite pastime now? I mean, you're now a pastor, you preach the gospel, then you sing. How do you blend the two? You used to go out and all that. So, the other time you talk about tent making and all that. But which one would you say is your favorite pastime? Talking in the church, ministering to people, then using song to also minister.
Yes, music before started happened to be my career, my profession.
Okay, sir.
And when I came into the ministry for 17 years, I didn't do anything than crusade revivals and so that when God gave me the special appearance.
Okay.
In order to reach out to
millions of people,
to those who are so. That's when I started special appearance. Many people talk at that time, we have backslided. And
that was the perception that you went back to music and all that.
So
the singing people, parties.
Different people were saying different things. But Peter said, who shall we listen to? Shall we hear the voice of God or voice of man? When God speaks to me, I'm the one that heard what God said.
Okay, sir.
So if it was not from God, for you to have for 17 years.
Yes, sir.
So, but those who are talking, they saw that it doesn't destroy the work of God, and that's what God allowed for me.
Such a grace?
Yes. So,
before I round up, there's one very important issue I wanted to attend to. You went to Decca. You went to Decca as a young boy. You trekked from Moshi to the VI, and that spirit pushed you. You fought the reception, fought the Igbo gate man, and eventually the white man saw you, and he told you want to be a future star. And eventually you became a future star. Not just a future star. Your very good friend, late Chief Moshood Abiola, was the chairman at the time. When he handed over, you took over as chairman of Decca. Then eventually Decca became, you bought the company, became Aphrodisia Music. Then now it's now Pioneer Music. What happened in that area? What's that? What really happened? That's something magical. That's something that is tough of.
To talk about God.
Yes.
That is God. That's what I'm saying.
When you trekked to that place that day, you don't have any money on you, and you stubbornly went to the VI, and eventually you now bought the company.
So I just what happened is that when I told the man I'm a future star, God knew that I was confirming what I knew God have sent me to be. And the man believed me. And so, and I became the top selling artist of their company. So because of that, let me show you God there.
Yes, sir.
Because of that, everybody will go through artist manager. I didn't go through artist manager. My case was a special case. See how God helped me to walk to the man. Then, when they want to sell the shares, I was the only artist.
Last man standing, sir. Are you the last man standing?
I was the only artist among all the artists that I have. I was the only artist that have shares. Because the man told me, Ebenezer, I want you to be a shareholder. You are the only artist I want to sell this share to. Like I'm telling you, that can be God.
That's mystical.
That's
mystery, sir.
So we are the one who invited Shivabella to come and buy shares.
Okay.
And so Shivabella had the largest share. He was the chairman. And eventually I became the chairman and ended up buying the company. That's what I'm telling you. The first day I was in the studio. They did not allow us to sit in the studio. We were under the tree. We play our music under the tree outside. Because we are not yet known. So we did the audition under the tree. So and later on we started recording. Then we became everything. That's what I'm telling you. That is God.
I can't just believe this.
It's not man.
But there was a perception at the time. I think in the 70s they said Abiola bought it because of Fela's lyrics. You know, Fela eventually came. Was also your friend at the time, the late Fela Nicola Kuti. That Abiola wanted to stop Fela. Is abusing of.
That is lie. Shivabella is a very nice man. Shivabella is a very nice man. Shivabella will not. He did not even tamper with Fela. He didn't.
Fela pulled out. He pulled out.
Yeah. Well, that's another matter that we should leave to history.
You always like leaving everything to the past.
Yeah.
You always like leaving everything to the
past. Why do you want to talk about it now? For what? What is the purpose of talking about it?
You know, we were just trying to repeat history. We were trying to repeat history, sir.
No, before everything was settled. Everything was settled. You know, Fela has his mind. He has his way. He has his own policy. I want to do his own thing. So that's Fela.
What was your friend?
Yes. Yeah, Fela was my friend.
How would they define him, really?
Oh, Fela was a very nice man. Oh. Very kind.
Everything was a Janduku that he smoked Indian hemp, he loved women and all that. But
let's forget all that.
Okay, this one, sir. Okay, but closely, who was he?
Fela was a nice person, very kind. Very kind. You know, when he was traveling, I was holding his nightclub at African 70 Kakadu.
Oh.
So I held it. I was playing there till he came back.
Just to help him to keep the.
Yes, and he appreciated that. Was a nice man. You just think that he was a troublesome man. Fela acted on points, on facts, on principle. His principle, his policy. I respect him for his policy. And that's the way it should be.
Was a man of policy.
Oh yes.
Let's talk about your twin brother too, King Sunny Ade. At 75 birthday, he opened the floor. He has been opening the floor for you every year, and there was a perception that you people are fighting. And anytime they see him on the stage, they say, "I want to party Jaini."
Nobody should talk about fighting again.
No, it was 80s. I mean, in those days when music come on.
No, nobody should. What you have said now.
Okay, sir.
On my 75th birthday.
Yes, sir.
You were there.
Yes, I was there, sir.
Yeah.
And I discovered that he respected you so much. He used air for you. People were thinking you are.
You see?
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yes,
people who are not close, they don't know. So now that too is a very humble person. That's where. Now you are the one who said you noticed it.
Yes. I asked him. I interviewed him. I said, "Why did you use air?" And he said, "You senior him, and I used to help him. At time that is close to you, his elder brother."
Yes. So with that, you can see. So people should not talk about fighting. No. So
I think we should close it there. We're going to come back again when you clock 878 next year, and by the Spirit grace of God, in good health, Amen. In wonderful, strong health, and in greatness. And you are going to do 80 here. We're going to celebrate with you by the Spirit grace of the Almighty God, and by the Spirit grace of God, you do 85 with us, and by the Spirit grace of God, maybe you do 90 with us too, because we are happy with you, and every day we are one of those who wake up in the morning and say, "May God not kill Sonia and Obi." And so, but lastly, say a word to people that love you in America, in London, in Germany, people that love your music. Every morning they play your music and their life is healed. They find solution to their problem.
My people all over the world, wherever you are watching this program, I want to thank you for being there all these years. Thank you for being there. I love you, and I appreciate your support. We will not let you down. We continue to keep the flag flying. God bless you all.
God bless.